Okay, this is the fourth update to the character controller system I've been working on. I've basically rebuilt everything from the ground up again, but this time with a focus on the parkour and the movement instead of the what you saw before with the guns and stuff, because I realized that not really many people cared about that, and there are tons of assets out there that already do that. And so I've been working on this movement. I think I've gotten the walking and stuff like that in a pretty good place right now. It's always smooth. There's no hiccups or anything like that. There's prediction, so I can walk upstairs and stuff. So if you watch this, it predicts. And then I also I have these. I've changed the raycasting instead of raycasting into a box cast. That makes it more accurate. It gives it more interesting and realistic results. And then I just basically created a more. The whole character is root motion based, to allow for more animation, because the focus of this whole asset is to preserve animation while also keeping the physical touch of things actually, them actually physically accurate. Make the movement physically accurate, so he steps upright, he does all these things correctly instead of normal games. So for this parkour system, I completely redesigned it so it supports a lot more now. So if I just press F, I can grab onto this thing. Right now you'll notice the feet. I haven't worked on the feet yet, but the arms are pretty in place. Before, I used to be able to traverse around corners like super smoothly. Now I still can, but it's a little bit more like animation driven than before. And now I can transition between ledges like that. I can move up them at different intervals. You see how there's ledges at different heights, different angles. I actually only have four animations for this whole ledge movement system: the moving left and right, then a transition to the left or to the right, which is just a mirror, and then I have transitioning up, and then transitioning down. And they're all the same animation. You can see they all work at different distances. And the way I do that was with inverse kinematics, but also I deconstruct the animation information and retarget it, and that's something I actually do right here. So I learned a little bit about this thing called animation state behaviors or whatever, and so you can I have these script files I have these scriptable objects that have all the information for the animations, each animation. And this right here is the root motion, and then this is where they start and where the hands end. So this is where it starts, and then this is the change it makes over the course of the animation. And then I blend between all of these things to create transitions for any different situation. And so that's how I can transition between all these different gaps. I don't have any climbing up animations right now. Climbing up this, I wouldn't be able to climb up this yet. I haven't done that, but yeah. One thing that I finished doing that I completely changed the design of the ledge creation system. So now all it is they're just, all these things are just normal mesh colliders, but they have this component on them called the ledge proxy. And basically what it does is it gathers the information of this mesh collider, so this cube information, and then at the start of the game it gathers it all into a buffer, and so I have all the vertex and face information that I need, and then I can interpret it to do edge detection on this. So I just run through the whole mesh and figure out the edges and all that stuff, and I can do that for all of these. But one thing, so if you notice, these are two different edges right here, and so if I go up to here, but they're super close, so it would be weird to do a transition between them. So if I go up to here, you can see that I actually have a minor transition, which is a tiny transition between ledges that are super close like that. Like if I move them, you see how the hand moves between them? And as I transition, right now the legs sort of pop in when you transition between them, but that's sort of not really important to me right now. But if I move this over, well, I can't change that for some reason. Oh, there we go. If I move this over, you'll see that I do a transition instead of just a simple walking over, moving over like it's nothing. But yeah, this is where I've gotten so far. The legs don't have, they have sort of inverse kinematics, but they don't have inverse kinematics where they detect the face they're sitting on. So right here you can see it's touching this, and it's in alignment with the wall, so it looks like it's touching, but in reality if I move like right here, oh, that is not a good example. Right here you see how they're sort of floating. I'm going to fix that in probably the next update, but yeah. So for the future, I had a couple of things I was thinking about. Maybe I was thinking about the design philosophy for the rest of the system, because there's also I still have to make it so that you can leap between different bounds, and also I have to make it so that you can run up, like, I don't know, where's a good place? So something like this where you can run up, you would be able to run up and grab that, because right now I only have one animation for grabbing up things, and that's basically this right here. And that was really, like, I put that in last 5 minutes, that like grabbing the ledge right there. That was like a last 5 minutes thing that I was just doing to make it look a little bit smoother. But yeah, I had to animate all these animations, and that was not fun. I still have a ton more animations. So, like feet right there, I need to fix that. But yeah, I have a lot of more animations that I'm going to need to work on. And so there's that. But what I was wanting to ask is sort of the design philosophy for the future. I was thinking about making this basically like an Assassin's Creed style system, completely sort of based on movement. I mean, like the way everything moves. If I'm running at this, it'll just run up the thing instead of and sort of know what to do. Or I was going to go the route that I have it at right now, which is I just sort of I just press F right now to grab onto the ledge, and that was it. But I was wondering if I should make it sort of just movement based, so I press shift and run at it, and it'll jump up onto it and do whatever it should do to get to the point that it needs to be at, or whatever. But that's a pretty complicated system, obviously, so, you know, I was just considering. So that's about all the progress I have for right now. I'm still working on it, and I will be try to be posting weekly updates so I can keep accountability. But I don't know if I will be able to, because I might just not have something that great to show. But yeah. So hope you liked it, and comment and tell me what you think and what I should change and what I should add and what direction you'd like it to go. I focused a lot more on the parkour this update, because it seemed like that was what really people liked. That's what people really liked, and for a lot of people are asking where they can download the asset, and I was going to post the asset on the asset store for I don't know how much for now, but it will be for money mostly, because this has been like 2 years that I've been working on this, and I have to do things, you know, I have to live. So yeah, this is what I've gotten so far. I hope you like it.